Mr. Mark Bunker. And Mr. Bunker, you've been given 3 minutes by Susan Elliott.
Thank you. I prepared some statements, but I've thrown those all out because, frankly, I'm appalled. I'm shocked at your behavior. This ordinance was brought to you by Scientology, drafted by Scientology, and you're saying this is not about Scientology? Let's not talk about Scientology?
This is not the original ordinance that came before us. It has been drastically changed, and its intent has been changed, and therefore that's what you ought to address.
Mr. Stone, were you involved in the pickets of the child molester that one of the other people brought up?
Yes, I was.
Did you feel that you should have stayed 30 feet away from that home?
We did.
All right. It's shocking to me. Will you please put into this ordinance that Scientology is exempt from this ordinance then? Will you say, yes, you're free to picket at the gates of Scientology?
Sir,
don't go onto the property.
This is a residential ordinance. I'm going to say it time and time again. You keep bringing the Church of Scientology. The Church of Scientology is in one specific location in the 3rd District. We're talking about a county-wide ordinance that needs to be universally applied to anyone that is protesting against a residential unit.
It didn't need to be universally applied until Scientology drafted it and brought it to you, right?
I've heard that mentioned many times. Pam,
because it's the truth.
Will you please explain who drafted the ordinance? It was not Mr. Al-Hadif.
I went ahead and drafted that ordinance, and I based it on the, I believe it was the County of San Diego ordinance.
The first ordinance that Mr. Stone brought to us, or this revised version?
The original ordinance that was brought, I drafted based on, I believe it was the County of San Diego or City of San Diego ordinance.
I gave her the copy of the San Diego.
Was Scientology involved in the drafting of it?
No, it was a copy of San Diego's ordinance. It was 500 feet, where we're talking about 30 feet here today.
So Scientology had nothing to do with bringing this ordinance originally.
They did not
That's
have any
why
interest in that ordinance.
you went to great extremes in December when you introduced this ordinance, the original ordinance, to defame members of Anonymous. You stood up here and you know, you spread Scientology's nonsense, their garbage, their dead agent material about Anonymous because this was about unrelated residences. You know, Anonymous is not a hate group. I'm not going to defend any of the vile language or images that you showed in December.
It's their material, sir.
But Anonymous, you didn't put them in context at all. Anonymous is not a hate group. It's your son, it's your daughter, it's your neighbor, it's the cop on the beat, it's military men and women, it's judges, it's teachers, it's priests. All of these people in Anonymous have contacted me over this past year to tell me that they are doing this, they are speaking out because of Scientology's abuses. You owe Anonymous an apology for the way you spread Scientology smears against them, bringing a version of this ordinance to the floor here. And it's shocking to me that you will pretend that Scientology has nothing to do with this. So why don't you put in the ordinance that the gates at Scientology are exempt? That's not a residence right there. And actual homes throughout the rest of the county would be fine.
We'll take your comments into consideration. I appreciate you coming forward.
I'm sure you shall.